Alright, good evening everyone. This is Senior Forecaster Cameron back here again, and I'm here to bring you guys a blog regarding to what could be happening as we get towards the end of the month here. The pattern has been relatively calm and quiet. We've had a very nice break from the active weather here in Arkansas here, but as it all goes, these quiet conditions can never last forever here in Arkansas, and there will be a point in time that we do get back into the active period here in the natural state here. So here we are, about 6 to 10 days. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. All right, and what you've got going on here is you got high pressure building into Alaska. All right, and you also have high pressure building. This is your southeast ridge building across the southeastern part of the United States here. So, with this ridge in place and with high pressure building into Alaska, you're going to have a storm jet somewhat similar to probably like this. Okay, that's going to be your storm. That's going to be your storm jet over the western half of the United States, cutting into the cutting into the central, and then up into the northeastern half of the United States here. So that could mean potential some severe weather as we get towards the day 8 to day 9 time period, close to the end of the month here. And I've been looking at model guidance over the last day or so, and I've been seeing some consistency, but it's been going back and forth on what the degree of the severe weather here. And even Storm Prediction Center has been talking about it in their day 4 to day 8 outlook here. So I'm gonna go ahead and that's the 6 to 10 day outlook. I'm gonna show you guys the 8 to 14 day. And near normal across the central half of the United States, nothing too major. No one's going to see below normal temperatures in this realm. This is mainly air flowing in from the Pacific, and plus you're starting to see ridging building across the eastern half and even the southwestern half of the United States here. So this is basically a spring pattern. We have kicked out the winter pattern. Now we're fully into the spring pattern, and if we don't watch out with these ridges building in, we could easily go into a summer pattern here. But let's still wait and see, with temperatures being in 60s and 70s for highs, and overnight lows in the 40s and 50s here. So, like I said before, winter's done. They're brought up the white flag in terms of snow or any winter precipitation for the next 16 days across our area here, and even freezing temperatures. I don't see any freezing temperatures over the next 16 days either across our area. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the European model. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys out to 7 days, because we got a little disturbance that's going to pass through during the day on Wednesday. Just some shower activity, maybe a thunderstorm or two, nothing major, and I should be getting out of here Wednesday evening. And then we'll have yet another disturbance as to get towards this upcoming weekend here. And I'm going to show you guys temperatures here, because temperature mass is a little better with the sun angle being a little higher this time of the year. Take you to right around noon to 6 p.m. on Monday here. This is next Monday, and you got temperatures in the 60s to the low 70s here. And I'm going to go over the Cape values here, and your Cape values are going to be around that 1,000 to 1,500 range. But the one thing I'm worried about with this potential severe weather setup, well, I'm not really worried about it. It's kind of a good thing about the severe weather setup is your shear. Your shear is not going to be nowhere near as impressive as it's been with the last two systems. This system looks to be rather weak, so we could look at the potential thunderstorms. Some of them could be severe. Main threat would probably be damaging winds, maybe some large hail, and maybe a isolated tornado or two, but nothing serious, because your shear profiles are extremely weak with this system, and given that the system is extremely weak here. So it will get out of here probably around Monday evening and the Monday overnight, and it does strengthen a little bit as it moves east of our area, but the damage will be done by the time it gets over there. You'll have winds coming out of the northwest here. So that's something that we're keeping an eye on right around next Sunday and next Monday for the potential of some severe weather here. But the shear profiles are not impressive at all. You would need to see the shear profiles to really come up to see the potential of severe weather here. And even with the GFS, the 18Z, it has it Sunday evening. I'm stepping back here. So there we are, Sunday evening, Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon is over here in Mississippi and Alabama, and then it gets out of here. So it's not really too impressive here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the shear profiles, and it's not really impressive. regarding to what we saw with the last two systems that came through our area that had insane shear. And the instability was there, just nothing really could spark off. But this is going to have relatively low shear. Your Cape values are going to be there, so you will have to watch out with the potential thunderstorms. But little to no 500 millibar support means that your severe risk is relatively low at this time, but we will be keeping an eye on it. This is the time of the year that we do see severe weather across our area, and as we get towards April and the May into June, that's when it's going to start pushing west, and then it's going to eventually start pushing north as your southeast ridge begins to take place, and that's where you start kicking off summer across the natural state here, guys. So, that's it for this blog. It's going to be relatively short. This is really what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Was the potential of severe weather here, but I'm going to show you guys the what I call the teleconnections here, and what I normally look for in terms, in the wintertime, we look for potential pattern changes and all that. With your NAO and your AO being in its positive range, and your PNA being near that neutral phase, just a little bit in the positives, that's going to mean a relatively weak storm jet. It's not going to be anything significant, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Like I said, for these things do tend to change over the next couple of days or the next couple of runs. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on here. And the GFS is relatively the same near that neutral range for the PNA, which means you have somewhat of a jet out west, and it sends that storm jet into the Midwest and could potentially bring some isolated severe weather to the natural state here. But that's something we'll have to keep an eye on, and that's therefore no risk area from the storm prediction center as of yet. But with the shear profiles being as weak as they are, I really don't see anything higher than possibly a marginal risk out of that system Sunday and a Monday. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see if the system gets stronger. If it's running stronger by the time this week's end, that's when the risk could be a little higher, because you will have temperatures in the 70s. You will have the instability in place, but you will not have the shear profiles as you did with the last couple of systems we've dealt with here. So y'all take care. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday evening. And like I said before, it's just a relatively short blog going over the potential of some severe weather as we get towards the end of next weekend into the beginning of next week here. So y'all take care. Y'all have a great evening.